Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you the absolute full process of installing macOS on non-Mac hardware, or also known as a Hackintosh. So I'm just going to go through the whole process of how I normally would do it, and yeah. So the first thing I would do before installing macOS is just go down here, go to disk management, and make a new partition on whatever disk I want to install it on. Obviously, I'm not going to risk it and put it on the one with my Windows. Do not do that, please. Just going to exit that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my web browser and I'm going to install OpCore-Simplify. I already have it installed, but if you're curious on how to install it, you're just going to go to Code, Download Zip, and it will download into your folder and should look something like this. OpCore-Simplify, boom. Next, so once I've installed that, I'm going to click OpCore-Simplify.bat. It's going to do this. If this comes, I'll just say why. And then I am going to start hardware report. You will get a Microsoft Windows Defender notification down in the bottom right. Allow it to run, so this will work, otherwise it won't work. Just press enter. I'm going to get Sequoia, so I'm actually going to put 24. Next, 3. I'm just gonna go through here. Where they shown this before? Yep. 4 for texts. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, I'm just gonna go through these. And just add some. My text isn't here anymore. My input text. But it should be fine. And the minute's right there. I can't read apparently. Nice. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Need that. Alright. 79. 78. 77. That looks it. Yep. Actually, 82 as well. I like Mac Pros 77. And that's at 6. Spelled your EFI. That's just gonna go ahead and install things. I always just go for the default codecs. And it gives you this. Which I will slide into my USB drive. This isn't actually Ventor, by the way. Like, if I go into my disk management, you need to make sure that there is no EFI partition. See, I've just removed it. You need to make sure there's no EFI partition within your USB, otherwise that EFI partition will, like, how do I explain this? The priority would be your EFI partition, which would boot over your OpenCore, which is not what you want. You want your OpenCore to boot. So yeah. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this, where you will install your recovery environment. For me, I'm just going to do Ventura because there is a glitch in macOS 14 Plus where the disk utility doesn't work. It's a bit broken. You cannot format any drives. You need to go to an older recovery environment, which is what I'm going to be doing. Open up CMD in this directory and just press download. This will then contact the Apple servers and will download it for you. So once that's done installing, you're going to see it. It's going to be com.apple.recovery.boot. Drag that into your USB. This might take a second. And then after that, you should be all set to boot. So I'm just going to let that copy over. And then I'm going to let it boot. So me and my infinite wisdom, I've formatted USB horrendously. I did exFAT when you really should be using FAT32 to boot. NTFS, USB will show up, won't boot. exFAT, it won't show up at all. So I'm just gonna click enter on the DMG EFI USB. And that's gonna boot in. I should see verbose or not. I might have disabled it. Oh, there it is. So this is gonna go for, this is a tad bit. It shouldn't be too long. It might be longer in older versions. You're gonna see a bunch of errors, so that doesn't matter. If it says anything about like VM shared region and it failed, it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't really affect you. Just where it is verbose like what you're seeing, you should see this. The Apple logo. This one might take a while. So we've got cursor. Now, there is a very good chance, at least for me, that it just gets stuck at this 7 volumes. So you don't want to restart it straight away. You want to wait around like 30 seconds and then reboot back into it. I'm unsure if you can just wait here. I'm pretty sure it's stuck. But yeah. So we're just gonna wait to examine the volumes for a little bit. Then I'm just gonna restart it by going up here and just pressing restart. So as you can see, as soon as I restart, it just lets me in. So now we're gonna go to disk utility over here. Press continue. And here we are. They're not mounted. We need to mount them ourselves. Alright, so we got macOS. This is the one I will be installing on. So quick mount. You are going to get this error. And I did this on purpose to address this. If you get this error, it's because you have formatted your partition to NTFS. macOS, obviously, you can't read this at all. So you can erase it, but it's not really going to do anything. So we can just put that into APFS. erase it. Boom. So this is the one on my 500. So that's my Windows. That's the rest of my other drive. And that's the one I would be installing macOS on, this one volume. So yeah, you don't need to mount it, by the way. So I'm just press out. If you want to install macOS Ventura, obviously click reinstall, continue. It's basically the same for all versions of macOS. You just press continue again. It's going to load the installation information, and then you're going to agree. It might take a while to load. That's okay. Agree. Agree. See here, I've got two. Obviously don't want to install it on that, but I would install it on that. But I don't want Ventura, I want Sequoia. So I'm just going to restart. I'm going to show you. It's basically the same step as installing the macOS recovery environment, but you're going to install Sequoia. So yeah. So once that you've rebooted into Windows and your disk is formatted, you can verify if your disk is formatted by just going to this PC. As you can see, my partition is no longer showing up on the homepage. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install the Sequoia environment, just like how we installed the Ventura environment. I'm going to debug, utilities, Mac recovery. I'm just going to delete that old one. I'm going to go to their website and I'm going to install this one. This will take a bit, so yeah. So now that's done installing, we can just drag that back into our USB like that. Right, now it's copied over, I can reboot into my USB. So once you reboot into your OpenCore, again, just go to your DMG and let it boot. Right, that took a little while. As you can see, we have the option reinstall macOS Sequoia, so I'm going to do that. My disk's already formatted from the Ventura one. It always takes a bit like loading the like license agreement and all that. So great, macOS, boom. Oh, I've never seen that before. Okay, awesome. Okay, no, it's my Wi-Fi. It's just very bad right now. Sometimes if you see that, it's just your Wi-Fi is disconnected. It doesn't wait for a reconnection, it just waits. That is not true, by the way. It definitely does not take 2 hours, 52 minutes. It takes like way shorter. I think from experience, maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour max. That's what we're talking. Of course, you can always open the installer log. You want to see all the errors. Or you want to see all the logs? There they are. Oh, 12,401. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to record all this. So I will see you once it's installed. So now, once your macOS is installed, you can see that I'm on the setup screen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue with the setup. Yeah, I'm just going to set up as I normally would. Set up as new. Change my input sources to British. That's not there. Maybe it's United Kingdom. It's not there. English. Oh, here we are. Should add. Move that. Continue. Dictation. Stability. Not now. So you can just put in your name. I'll just put that. Put in that. Oh. That is like a simple password. I don't really not fussed about that. Might take a while making an account, it's fine. So let it do its thing. This is important. If you have an existing Apple ID, do not sign into it now. You're just going to click setup later. Just press skip. Terms and conditions, you can just agree. I'm not going to enable location services on this Mac. I'll just say don't use. Because this, if you set your location services and you're not in this, your time zone is permanently going to be here. But I'm in the UK. So I can just click over here. Press continue. I'm not. I'm going to share my Mac analytics. And after that, or after this, you should just be in. Dark theme, obviously. And press only download or do not install updates automatically. Only download. Welcome to Mac, and you should be in. Boom. If you get this, you can just done. And boom, that's macOS. About this Mac, got a Mac Pro, Ryzen 5, RX 570. Yeah, this is it. So, yeah.